Well, here is my 520XI. I replaced the hose that comes from the, I think it's the overflow hose that goes to the front of the transmission and down to the bottom to refill the bottom. Anyway, I finished that up. I have removed the side panels and the access panel. Once you unbolt the side panels, this access panel on the back just comes right off, and it makes access to hoses and wiring and all that much easier. You really wouldn't want to tackle replacing these hoses working from below, but on this tractor I gotta try and remove the shrouds so I can clean all the grass off of the fins. This one's it's a Kohler CH20S air cooled, and it's running a little bit hot. It's done that ever since I got it from a dealer, a Toro dealer. I won't say their name. Nice people, but I don't know, it might be something wrong with the carburetor actually. Instead of clogged fins on the engine, causing it to run a little bit hot. I've talked to other people that have noticed how these CH20, CH18, CH22 series like to run a little bit warm. I know some of them have had issues with the carburetors. These also have trouble with the blowing head gaskets on them. But Kohler does offer an updated head gasket kit for them. My 522XI has one blown head gasket, and I was going to have a local guy, trained Kohler guy, replace it, and then I ran out of money last November and had to delay it, and then I was going to have him do it in May, and then he threw out his back. I don't even know if he's working on small engines anymore. Very knowledgeable guy, but his mom says, I think we're closing the shop. But this is the farthest I've gone in taking one of these apart. I got the firewall unbolted, and I don't know if I have to unbolt the that connector between the engine and the shaft going back to the transmission. I don't know if I have to unbolt that and pull out this firewall in order to remove the shrouds on the engine and clean it off. I honestly don't know. But otherwise, it's a pretty good tractor. This one doesn't have power steering. My 522XI does have power steering. That's mainly why I bought it. I wanted power steering. I'm dealing with a darn Lyme disease, and that's been affecting my arm strength in the last several years. But with the addition of anti-inflammatory supplements like turmeric and curcumin, my arms are better than they were a year ago. I bought 2 of these hoses. It's the hose that goes down below. I replaced one. Let's see if we can get a video of the hose I installed. There it is. There's the hose. Wasn't too bad. It's kind of tight getting at the hose clamps for the upper part. That filter right there, I think I probably should replace that, but I'm quite surprised as to, you know, it's pretty easy to get at this stuff from the top side. Looks like it'd be a lot easier from the top side than if I tried to work from the bottom. Trying to get at those hoses if I had to replace a hose, or if the lift cylinder wore out or something. Anyway, this is not an MTD tractor. I say that because, well, you look on Craigslist and you'll see used full-size Toro and other brand garden tractors up for sale. You know, maybe it's a 20-year-old tractor. You'll see their prices could be close to what someone's asking for, like a 5-year-old MTD or Murray tractor. And then you get people calling up and they want to chew your price down to significantly less than what you're asking for it. And it's no, I'm not going to take that little for, you know, the biggest garden tractor that Toro made. So anyway, I have a couple snow blowers that fit these two tractors, and I've had them for sale since the owner of this property, his son, started plowing the snow in the wintertime, and someone gave me this terribly, I mean, a lowball offer on one of my snow blowers, and I says no. And we exchanged a few emails back and forth, and I finally told him, just don't even contact me. The guy got a bit, he got a bit of an attitude in his email, and I says, don't email, don't call me, just don't come to my property, don't leave me alone. Also, another thing I noticed when I was below the tractor is when you engage the parking brake there's a, you can see it better from below. It engages some teeth that are, let me put the trouble light somewhere. Okay, see if I can rest it there without it falling down. Darn it. But anyway, the parking brake, this thing is supposed to catch in the parking brake. Well, it doesn't always catch. Well, the reason why is if it moves side to side. If it's not lined up, it won't catch the little notches. And I gotta play with this, and you know, you can see it's loose. Hopefully when I get her tightened up, it'll match up much easier with the notches on there. But anyway, well, it's past 3 a.m. I've been working on this thing for several hours. I need to get her running so I can mow the grass here for the owner, because her son is really busy. He hasn't been able to mow the lawn here much, as he's building a house up north. But there's 3 of my 52-inch mower decks. I got 3 5XI series 52-inch decks, and then I got 3 260 series 52-inch decks, and they do share some of their spindles between them. Not all of them, but some of them. And I picked up a 52-inch deck from a 268H on Wednesday, and I only paid $50 for it. I bought 2 others. No, I bought one. What was it last year? I think for $75 somewhere in Wisconsin. And I already had one from one of my 266 hydros that I took apart. But the 52-inch deck is my favorite for the 5XI series. The 60-inch, I had a 60-inch, and they really, really, really worked the engine hard. I had a 60-inch on this one, and it was just the engine heat sensor kept going up into the red zone, and I had to stop using it, and I sold it to a guy in Illinois for, I think, $600. That was about 3 or 4 years ago. But I was in one day I was getting calls from other parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois. I think someone was in like New Jersey. I don't know if I got a call from New York. I've had calls on the snowblowers. I sold the front blade to a guy in New York. I did get calls on my snowblowers last winter. One guy from Montana, and then I think a guy from New York. Someone, I think a third person from out east was interested, but the shipping would have been a bit high. But anyway, I'm rambling on here. I do have a few other videos on my 5XI series tractors. You can see I have X-Track snowblower tires in the front. They're 16 by 6.58. The stock front turf tires are 16 by 7.58. And well, these tires will not stay on the rim if you don't put a tube in them. So put a tube in them. But I would recommend, if you're going to go with these type of tires, darn, something's trying to bite me in the. I'm getting bit by mosquitoes in here. If you go with an X-Track snowblower tire, see if you can get a 4-ply version. 4, I don't know if they made them in a 6-ply, but the ones I have are 2-ply, and they're always squatting. And I would not put a snowblower in the front of one of these tractors with 2-ply tires in the front. I just don't think they would hold up very well. But the tractor does steer easier with these tires on than when I had the turf tires on it. But boy, if I had money, I'd love to put a bigger engine in one of these, like a 25 or 30 horse. I don't know if any of the height would match up, because you know it's got to match up with that shaft going back to the hydrostatic transmission. You know, if the engine was a bit taller, then that would if the crankshaft sat higher, then that would mess up lining up. But 30 horsepower would be great. if you had a 60-inch deck. But anyway, it's I'm up really late tonight. Please like and subscribe. I do plan on posting some more videos about my 5XI series tractors. I'm going to compare the two types of mule drives. I have both styles. And then I was going to do another video about leveling the deck on these. Well, there's my main 5XI 52-inch deck. Look at the middle of the deck and the back. That rod in the middle going down. You double nut that rod, and then you start tightening it up. As you tighten up the bolts on it, the nose of the mower deck comes up. But I'm going to do a separate video going into more detail on that. But I highly recommend double nutting that bolt, because the nut keeps backing out. Double nutting it with nylock type nuts. Just put 2 or 3 of them on nylock type nuts, as they just, the deck slowly creeps down and the cut quality goes down. But and then if the nose of the mower deck is way down, a brand new belt's going to last about 20 minutes and then just completely come apart. But yep, I've been rambling on for a while here. So alright, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.